Geoff Hurst is the unluckiest footballer alive, and here's why. Geoff Hurst's football career was always filled with glory, but his life off the field has been a different story altogether. He lost his daughter, then his brother, and now his teammates to the same disease that's killing him. From all the highs to lows, this is the sad life story of a legend. Geoffrey Charles Hurst, known as Sir Geoff, was born on a chilly December day in 1941 in Ashton-under-Lyne, Lancashire. But he's not just any Englishman, he's a football legend, famously the only player to score a hat-trick in a World Cup final. So, how did his journey begin? Well, imagine growing up in a family where football runs in your blood. That's exactly what happened here. Sir Geoff's dad, Charlie Hurst, was also a pro football player, which of course shaped his interests. But it wasn't just his dad's influence here. Geoff really had a football fever from a young age. It's crazy to even say it out loud, that once he even got fined once as a teenager for annoying his neighbours by constantly kicking a football into their garden. Now he started getting really serious about football when he joined West Ham United at just 15. It was tough at the start because his early games were nothing to write home about, and he even toyed with the idea of going back to cricket. Can you imagine that? But then, things took a big turn when Ron Greenwood became the manager. He shook things up by focusing more on developing their football skills instead of just pushing them hard on the physical side. That change was a real game changer for Geoff. Not much later, Greenwood decided to move Geoff from midfield to striker. It wasn't just a simple position change. It was like the start of a whole new chapter for him. His career just skyrocketed from there, leading all the way up to that epic moment where he scored a hat-trick in the World Cup final. From a cheeky lad who used to annoy his neighbours by kicking a football into their garden to becoming a World Cup hero, Geoff Hurst's story is really something else, isn't it? And you know what more is something else? You guys liking this video and subscribing to this channel for more such content. Thanks. Anyways, then came his time with West Ham. Hurst and West Ham didn't exactly hit the ground running in the 1963-64 season, ending up 14th in the league, but they really found their groove in the FA Cup. They started strong with a 3-0 win at home against Charlton Athletic and kept up the momentum with another 3-0 win over Leyton Orient after a 1-1 draw in the first game. Coach Greenwood didn't change his winning formula, sticking with the same lineup, including Hurst, throughout all 7 FA Cup matches. Hurst was on fire, scoring crucial goals, one against Charlton, 2 against Orient, and another in a 3-1 victory over Swindon Town. In 1964, West Ham's FA Cup win got them a spot in the European Cup Winners' Cup for the next season. It was a bit of a bumpy start, barely getting past KAA Gent with a total score of 2-1, but they then managed to beat AC Sparta Prague 3-2 without one of their key players, Moore. Hurst played more in the midfield against FC Lausanne Sport, and they won that round 6-4 altogether. They made it to the finals by first defending a 2-1 win at home and then drawing 1-1 at Real Zaragoza in the semi-finals. The next season, 1965-66, was amazing for Hurst. He scored 40 goals in 59 games. Manchester United's manager Matt Busby even tried to buy him for $200,000, but West Ham said no. Hurst made headlines again in 1968 by scoring 6 goals in one game against Sunderland, helping West Ham win 8-0. He later wished he hadn't admitted to a handball for his first goal because it took some shine off his achievement. By 1972, after a tough match against Stoke City in the League Cup semi-finals, where Gordon Banks saved his penalty, Hurst was sold to Stoke for $80,000. He faced some health issues but got back on track and even helped the team by taking newcomer Alan Hudson into his home, which helped Hudson settle in. Later in his career, Hurst moved to West Bromwich Albion and then went to play in America with the Seattle Sounders, where he continued to impact the game. Hurst's playing style was simple but very effective. He could run fast, keep the ball under control, and had a great ability to score with both his head and his feet. His coolest moment was scoring 3 goals in the World Cup final, which no one else has ever done in such a big game. Clearly, Hurst was always calm during these tense moments, which made him a key player for England's football team. Now, speaking of his international career, Geoff Hurst's journey with the England national team is the stuff of legends. He joined the team right before the 1966 World Cup, Although his early performances were a bit hit or miss, he made the cut and got a chance to shine when another player, Jimmy Greaves, got injured. From then on, there was no stopping Hurst. He started playing incredibly well during the quarter-final match against Argentina and became a crucial part of the team. The biggest highlight? Scoring 3 goals in the World Cup final against West Germany, a feat no one else has achieved on a winning team. England won 4-2, and Hurst cemented his name in football history. He didn't stop there. He played for England in other big tournaments like the UEFA Euro 1968 and the 1970 World Cup. Even though he scored more goals, including another hat-trick, the team faced tougher competition, and his international career gradually slowed down. His last match was in 1972, but the amazing moments he created, especially his World Cup final performance, are still talked about today. It's a legacy that will always be remembered in the world of football. But soon after retiring from his playing career, Geoff Hurst transitioned into management and coaching. He started as a player-manager for Telford United and later joined the England coaching team under Ron Greenwood, assisting at UEFA Euro 1980 and the 1982 FIFA World Cup. Hurst then moved to Chelsea as assistant manager and became manager after Danny Blanchflower was sacked. His initial seasons showed promise with Chelsea nearly achieving promotion, but faltered towards the end, with poor results leading to his dismissal. After a brief stint in insurance, Hurst returned to coaching with Kuwait SC, but couldn't make a significant impact there, and eventually returned to the insurance industry. What's really sad is that throughout this wonderful journey, he also had his moments of tragedy. In 2010, Geoff lost his eldest daughter, Claire, after a long battle with a brain tumour. Imagine the pain of outliving your own child. It's simply heartbreaking. Years earlier, in 1974, Geoff also lost his brother to suicide. These are the kind of losses that leave deep scars. Also, the football world has recently been rocked by the deaths of several players from Geoff's 1966 World Cup team, all due to dementia. It's a scary reminder of the risks these athletes face, and it has clearly affected Geoff deeply. He's even offered to donate his brain for research after he's gone, hoping to help others avoid the same fate. When you add up all these tragedies, it's hard not to wonder if Geoff Hurst is one of the unluckiest guys out there. He's achieved so much in his football career, but his personal life has been marred by so much sadness and loss. But even in the face of all this adversity, Geoff keeps going. He's a reminder that life can be tough, even for those who seem to have it all. His story is a testament to the importance of resilience and facing challenges head-on. So, next time you hear about Geoff Hurst, remember that there's more to his story than just football.